and it ain't no crack. And it really don't matter if you're white or black. I wanna take you there like the Staple Singers. Put something in the tank and I know that I can bring it. If you can't take the heat, get your ass out the kitchen. We on a mission.
Boom to the hay, all you sports fans out there in the Tubosphere. Welcome to the One Man Sports Round. I am your host, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Thrill, talking NBA playoffs round one with respect to mostly TNT inside the NBA's coverage. But let's face it, those guys have a great banter, and that's why they've been so successful for so long. See from our Pi Kappa, Alpha, House Sweethearts, U of U chapter Alpha Tau giving you props. Although, it seems more like maybe it'd be Tri-Lam. When I had to co-host Generation 1, he pointed it out to me. He's Tri-Lam, Maryland. Because we're all about the babes here on the OMSR. And he pointed that out to me, and I was like, you're right, because the term babe doth not know ethnicity. Alright, so why do we have to do a show here? Don't worry, I'm not going to be talking that long, but you're going to get a little bit of the Charles Barkley one-liner, you never know when, of YouTube, and Tosh put together a nice vignette of the highlights. You will get highlights. You're going to get more than 1 and 2 minutes worth. Why? Because we do a show. Why? It's called the DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, Fair Use Standard, Minimal Use and Derivatives. So, you know, there has to be an amalgamation of content with that minimal use to give the others their due props. So, the show is copyrighted to the OMSR in terms of the original graphics, the overall concept, here and thereof, and the video highlights courtesy to TNT and the NBA. Alright, so we're going to roll a clip as an example of what you do not want to be like from the files of what I like to call, don't be like this guy or gal. Clearly you can see, I know we're zoomed out a little bit, but you know, there's a still shot. Obviously, it was clear she's taking video on a, you know, it's a pretty big phone there, it's not a photo. You know, is there some Chinese, late teen, you know, 20-something fan club of Carlos Boozer? Not that he doesn't have his female fans, but in this, you see what I'm saying? Don't be like this guy or gal. You can't take stuff from the game like that. What you gonna do, put it on her Facebook page? No, this is why you have to do a show and your own content. So clearly that slow-mo replay, you could see that was the intent. All right, so that's why we have to do a show. Save your comments for the actual sporting event we're able to bring in, which is much longer than you'll get anywhere else. And we all agree that's a pretty good thing. I know it sounds like a misnomer. One man, we. There is a we involved. You know, we're all former college basketball or football players and a few Marine Corps recons. So if you wouldn't say a flip comment to our face, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Don't do it from the safety of your computer. Save it for the actual event we're bringing. On that note, all you guys suffering from an umbilical hernia, one, don't be like this guy, what I did. Deadlifts, you know, in your early 40s with 2 plates. Just don't need to do that if you're not playing football. This works in conjunction with this, Hawthornia. Now, it does not take the place of surgery. It's for the mild, you know, right in your belly, right above your belly button area if you strain. That's the double-edged sword of lifting with proper posture, not throwing out your back. You can blow out your abdomen. All right, so no silly DUIs while you're out there celebrating the playoffs. Also, check out the graphic on our channel. Embedded in the graphic, the link. If you know any veterans, suffered any storm damage, you have a firm, that's our specialty. Alright? Later days, more signature plays. Alright. Roll graphics.
The arena as the game began, and Carlos Boozer early on knocks down the jumper for the early 1-point lead.
You know one thing about the Bulls, they're going to compete. Sometime point though, you just run out of bodies, but they competed, man. That's all you can ask for.
Marco Bellinelli was in the starting lineup and responded with a 22-point night to lead the Bulls. Joakim Noah.
You know, Steve Kerr was talking something.
The only guy sick, Josh Gibson, not feeling well either, but he played as well. 75-71
going to play, Ernie. You do have to try to play. I'm not disparaging anybody, but you got to try to play.
C.J. Watson, wide open three, 81-73. And then Chris Humphries.
He's played well this series, Ernie.
Yes, he has been. Nice addition off the bench, 83-75. Watch this move by Nate.
Oh, I think that's a carry, man. Come on, man. That's a carry, man.
Carried him out the gym with that ball.
He's low to the ground.
Excuse me. I forgot. You're right. He is 4'2".
He's low to the ground.
Now
That's
Nate.
a skip through my Lou move right there.
Just no high fives if you're the Bulls. Too much germs going around.
85-83 as Nate cuts it to 2.
I think the flu scared of Nate Robinson, though.
Look at Boozer with the offensive rebound. Again, they cut it to 2.
Our favorite player.
But could not get it any closer. Brooke Lopez had
My favorite
17.
player.
So they're up 4.
And then?
Inbounds pass. Bellinelli.
That's a big three.
Down 2. 90-88.
See, I thought we might see a Richard Hamilton sighting.
Oh, he was in there briefly.
But this kid, man, he got so much talent. Andre Blatch does. He made a couple big free throws. That shot right there.
This is a big shot.
Wow.
And he got fouled. Yes, he did.
Blatch would hit 1 of 2 free throws. It's 92 to 90.
That was the first bad decision I thought Nate made down the stretch.
I think he could have took one more dribble.
One more dribble and laid it in.
Yeah, the floater off the glass.
Boozer fouled out. Nazi Muhammad in there. Cuts it to 1, 93 to 92. Then Blatch went down and hit 2 free throws, made it 95-92. Bellinelli, no. Noah chases it down, but yes, he stepped out. Still, Chicago would have a chance because on the inbounds play right here, they tie up Darren Williams.
Don't try to hold the ball, man. Come on, man. I told you, we're not in Afghanistan. We don't need no heroes. Pass the ball out to doubles. I mean, one person open. You have both teams have 5 players. If 2 on you, that means somebody's open.
I don't know how they didn't get this tip.
Yeah, Brooklyn gets the tip, and Brooklyn gets 95-92. The Nets go to Chicago and claim Game 6. Game 7 will be, as we said, Saturday. It'll be Game 7, number 112 in NBA history. The home team is 89-22 in
Or do you know what cores? If the mouth turn blue, that means the beer is cold.
Yes, it does. Last Game 7 at Brooklyn, by the way.
Beer facts.
The 1956 World Series, last time they had a Game 7 in Brooklyn. Yankees beat the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Did you call that game?
No, it was, as a matter of fact, it was just after I was born.
Last time I had Game 7 in Brooklyn, the Spurs lost to Golden State.
Look at that bottom line. The Rihanna concert scheduled for Barkley Center Saturday has been rescheduled.
Tell you what, they didn't have a lot of confidence getting out of the first round, did they?
That's not me. That's Kenny.
Oh, that's you, dude.
Slow that train down. Let me.
Come on, man. They didn't have confidence to not schedule something at the middle of the first round of the playoffs. Come on, man.
It is me.
You don't remember that, right?
Yeah.
What do you see for Game 7? I mean, Chicago's been so depleted by injury.
I just don't see how they can win. But the thing, they have a chance because Brooklyn is a lackadaisical team. They don't play with great passion. But Heinrich, Dang, Gibson, Nate, Noah's playing on one leg. The thing about it, Coach Thibodeau is going to have, they're going to compete. But as we said before Game 6,
This is set
man,
right.
at some point you just run out of bodies, Ernie, especially now with these quick 48-hour turnarounds. And tomorrow, the one thing that people don't even understand, tomorrow's not really an off day. When you're traveling, you know, anything, I mean, it's a long day when you're traveling.
And Carlos Boozer made a great point. In Game 7, whoever wants it the most, that's the team that's going to win. You know, it's not really about, you know, who has the most points, who has the most rebounds. Whoever fights the hardest has the most amount of mistakes. That's the team that's going to win.
I just hope injuries don't be part of the reason why one team wins or one team loses.
Yeah, you talked at halftime too, Charles, about the number of points. Brooklyn scored 60, and you said, boy, if this game's not in the 80s or so, I mean, the Nets only scored 35 points in the second half and shot 28%, but it was still...
It was enough. Because the Bulls just don't have enough firepower. Because Dane's their best scorer now that Nate's probably their best scorer, but losing those points to Dane probably put them at such a disadvantage. I just didn't think they could score enough.
The Miami Heat still don't know who they're going to play in the first round or in the next round.
But they're just going to stay up all night waiting on it.
But it will be either Brooklyn or Chicago, whoever wins on Saturday night. Looks like Charles Barkley couldn't decide if he wanted to wear stripes, squares, or circles.
That's okay, my brother. I'm not.
That's his new look.
No, I like that.
There is no shame.
Just listen. Just don't worry about it. People ain't paying attention.
Outstanding.
You're a little testy today.
I'm not testing. I'm in a great mood. My knees feel good.
You look good.
You know what? It's not gonna work.
I take my hat off to my guys.
Birdman, Birdman. That's how you salute Birdman.
I'm having a blast, man.
I want the whip again.
Denver is going to have to do what only 18 in NBA history has ever done.
One more time.
To win.
All right, the whip, man.
Where do you get your ideas? Where do you get your style from?
From you.
I'm gonna get you a gold chain, Ernie.
When we come back.
All gold everything. All gold everything.
Tie-dye?
I'm setting the bar actually too high for myself. That's playoff basketball. That's what it's all about.
Did I release myself, or did somebody say that's it? I don't know. Thank you.
Excellent stuff by the
Give him the
fellows
whip, Shaq. Give him
upstairs,
the whip.
including Chris Carmody.
Ernie, I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
Like, so tonight has been a fantastic night, but tomorrow night, I've got to find the perfect place to watch 4 NBA games at the same time. That's going to be awesome.
I know where you're going to go.
And so those
I want to be able to
four-
see I want to be able to see.
4 game 6s on
on,
ESPN. And hey, Kenny, four game 6s on ESPN tomorrow night.
Ernie decided to go to
You know
Bulldogs
what?
by himself
And
tomorrow.
you know what?
He's taking underdogs.
There were some people who didn't think the first round or these playoffs would be that good.
Okay, who was that?
This might go down as the worst playoff
Maybe
in
top of
NBA history. I mean,
Why?
because some of these teams, you see,
This round or this
round.
Oh, you just
This
talking about
round. This
the
round here could go down as the worst. I mean, because some of these teams ain't got a chance.
Well, 1-8. Who typically?
I'm not even talking about the 1-8. I'm talking about, like, I thought unfortunately David Lee got hurt. I thought Denver, that's an easy series for them. I think the Spurs are going to beat the Lakers pretty easy. Chicago is just so banged up. I think Brooklyn going to beat them down. And everybody think the Celtics and the Knicks are going to be a good series. I don't think it's going to be a good series. I think the Celtics going to get beat 4-1. They just too old, and they don't have no answers for Carmelo. Just this first round of playoffs is not going to be good for me, man. We're going to have a lot of off night.
Good call, Chuck. so for the first time.
Thank you, J.R. Smith.
For the first time since
Chuckstradamus.
First time since 2003 that there have been as many as 6.
Thank you,
game
J.R.
6s
Thank you,
in the first
J.R.
round.
Smith.
How about that? Okay, answer me this.
I'll answer.
Friday night, and this is just yes/no stuff. Do the Knicks close out the Celtics?
No.
Yes.
No.
So will that go?
That'd be a yes for Chuck.
No, but wait, it's 2-1. Do the Pacers close out the Hawks in
Yes.
Atlanta?
Yes.
No. Yes.
You lose. Do the Thunder close out Houston in Houston?
Yes.
No. Do the Grizzlies at home close out the Clippers?
Yes.
Hell yes.
Okay, so, all right, so I don't really keep score of that, but it was really